May 26, 2020. I told you guys I would come back with 10 more stupid vintage Heman Masters of the Universe merchandise. That's right, I did a video, I said in 2020, we looked at 10 of the stupidest, crazy He-Man related merchandise. Now I say He-Man, a lot of people say, well, it's actually called He-Man and Masters of the Universe. I just say He-Man for short, okay? Anyway, I figured it was time to get back to that list and look at 10 more stupid things from He-Man, the vintage years. We're going to keep this to the 80s. We looked at a lot of wacky stuff on the other video, and I'll link to it at the end of this video. That way, if you haven't seen it, in all, you can have 20 stupid He-Man merchandise to look at. In fact, I could easily do 10 more. There was a lot of crappy stuff released when it came to the He-Man show. So let's not waste any more of your time and let's get at it. Are you ready for something stupid? You have to be. You're watching this video. Well, imagine if you went to school and you saw a kid come to school wearing a Heman backpack. You say, well, that's not too bad. Oh, really? You don't think it's too bad? Really? Check this out. Now, it wouldn't be so bad if it was just a picture of He-Man, but why does it have a rubber plastic head on the back? And not to mention that crazy look on his face. This thing is just creepy. Can you imagine walking down the hall at school and the kid in front of you has this thing? It would drive you crazy. It would just outrage you. You would have wanted to grab that backpack, shove it over his head, and waterboard him using the water fountain in the hallway. And I'm not even going to bring up the fact that He-Man's wearing red, fuzzy underwear. We all know he wears brown, fuzzy underwear. Come on, He-Man people. Now, you didn't take all stupid He-Man stuff to school to get beat up. Some of the stupid He-Man merchandise you kept in private in your bathroom. Like this head for your toothpaste. I never thought I would say the word head for your toothpaste, but here's the Masters Universe Toothpaste Topper. You just screw this He-Man head on top of your normally purchased toothpaste and squeeze it, and the toothpaste comes out of his head. He's wearing a little yellow hat. I don't understand. This is just stupid. It says it makes brushing fun, but I don't really see how this can make brushing fun. It is by Colorforms. Hey, I didn't know they did more than the little stickers. Okay, I know they did the action figure line because I did a video on them. But anyway, let's get back to talking about this. This is just plain stupid. Maybe if they made it come out of his mouth, I think that would have been a little better. I wear my sunglasses at night. So I can have the power of Grayskull with the He-Man sunglasses. That was a horrible intro to this one. Sorry about that. Here it is, Master Universe sunglasses. Even the card back of this thing looks stupid. It doesn't even really look like He-Man. It looks like some kind of generic He-Man on the card. But it does have a picture of the sun to let you know what you can do with these sunglasses. And they're huge. But the worst part about them is they got a little He-Man head on the side of them. What is it about He-Man head when it comes to these toys in the 80s? A He-Man head for your backpack. A He-Man head for your toothbrush. And now a He-Man head for your sunglasses. Whew, that's a lot of He-Man head.
That's not now He-Man head.
What's that, Larry?
We got another He-Man head to look at.
We got another He-Man head to look at. Look at this hideous thing. At first, I was like, what is this? I typed into Google He-Man Bank, trying to confirm that this was a bank. But I was wrong. It's not a He-Man bank. It took me a while to figure out what exactly this is. It's a Heman Radio. That's right, back in the 80s, you could listen to the sweet sounds of the Bangles as it plays through the mouth of a He-Man head. He-Man head. What is it with all the He-Man heads? I need to take a break from getting head from He-Man and look at another head. That is Man-at-Arms. And here's the head and I guess the neck area of Man-at-Arms. What is this exactly? I know it's kind of hard to tell, but it seems it's a magnet to put on your refrigerator, or maybe your school locker, or whatever else is metal. No telling what you can put this on. One thing's for sure, it'll be fun. Well, no, it won't. This thing is stupid. Looks like something you might get out of a bubblegum machine. Now let's move away from this weird head stuff and look at an actual toy from the He-Man Masters Universe collection. And it's one of those role-playing type toys. You know, He-Man was famous for his big sword, hold it up and say, by the power of Grayskull. Well, you could do that with this toy. The He-Man laser light sword. Wait a minute, that doesn't look anything like He-Man's sword. It looks more like a generic lightsaber. Come on, and 2 C batteries? Kids are going to have to spend half of their allowance just getting batteries for this thing. The laser light sword is stupid. But again, that's not the only stupid thing when it comes to the He-Man collection. Nope. What about a thing to put your pencil in to make it sharp? Pow! Zap! Master Universe pencil sharpener that looks like Castle Grayskull. Right there on the opening of the door, you stick your pencil... Wait a second. This is kind of cool. I'd love to have this as a kid. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd like to have it now, sitting in the back of the junk room. I kind of like this thing. Okay, sorry about that. We're doing 10, and I kind of like that. So I'm going to take that one off the list and get back at number 5. It was cool to like He-Man in the 80s. Don't get me wrong. I liked He-Man. A lot of my friends did. But you didn't ride a He-Man bicycle. That was just, as we said in the 80s, that was just cruising for a bruising. When you and your friend was taking a piece of plywood, laying it against a cinder block to make your own ramp, the dork up the street came down to tell you how unsafe that was. And he was riding on his He-Man bicycle. Look at this thing. I'm surprised it doesn't have training wheels on it. I know this kid here riding it thinks he's pretty cool because it says Battle Cycle. And although that does sound cool, it's not cool at all. One thing, it's a stupid looking bicycle, especially for a boy in the 80s. I mean, look at that seat. You wouldn't be caught dead riding a bicycle that looked anything like this, even if it had He-Man on it. And there's no doubt about it, if I saw a kid riding by my house in this, I would have stuck a tree branch in his spokes. Kids. It's one thing to be kind of nerdy and dorky, but come on, you ought to be a super nerd dork. Let's check out these crayons. Here's Master Universe character crayons. I can't even tell what characters they are. They all look the same. Are they all just different colored He-Mans? I mean, you got one that's gold, one that's light blue, you got one that's orange, and you got a green one, and you even got a purple one. It says it's not recommended for kids under 3. But I can't see anyone over 3 wanting this crap. Now here's one where you're going to challenge me. You're going to say, Junkman, that's kind of cool. And I'm going to say, no, it's not cool. You remember back in the 80s we had Big Wheel? Well, they made a He-Man Big Wheel. And here it is, Masters Universe Mighty Cycle. Ages 3 to 8. Sorry, 9-year-olds, you're going to have to get a real big wheel. Or my favorite, the Green Machine. But here it is. I know, it's not as bad as some of the other stuff on the list. I will give you that. If you're a 4 or 5, I guess it would be kind of cool. It's just kind of silly to me that they made this, so I put it on the list.
This is the Masters of the Universe Mighty Cycle from Tonka. Adult assembly required. It's got bold galactic designs and super sleek styling. Masters of the Universe Mighty Cycle with big, wide track wheels that let you master turns. Master spins. Master the action. Masters of the Universe Mighty Cycle. New from Tonka.
Now let's look at number 1. And this one you do sit on it, but you can't ride it outside. You can't jump ramps off of it. Nope. You can put your lips around it and blow it up, but other than that, you just sit on it and watch TV. Probably the laziest toy of the 80s. Let's check out this. And honestly, I didn't think it was real. I had to double check to see if this thing was real or some kind of April Fool joke. Check this out. The inflatable TV lounge in Wind Raider. It's vinyl and holds up to 85 pounds. But believe me, any kid that wanted this weighed more than 85 pounds. Apparently you blow it up, sit in front of the television, and watch He-Man on your Wing Raider. This is just unbelievable stupid. It looks like some kind of gimmick. Again, I had to check to make sure this was real, and it is real. This was really released. But you know what the worst thing about that is? Looking at that kid with that bowl haircut. Ugh, hated seeing any kids with a bowl haircut. One reason I have a hard time watching the latest season of Stranger Things because I have to look at this ugly kid. Gee, wonder why he gets bullied in school? Well, look at you, dude. Do something about yourself. Get a normal haircut. Well, that's a look at 10 really stupid He-Man merchandise. Another 10. Again, we looked at another 10 about 2 years ago. Maybe we'll look at another 10. We won't wait so long. Let me know what you think about these in the comments below. Maybe you're like, no, that's cool. Which ones were I wrong about? I'm sure some of them you're going to say I was wrong about. You're probably going to say, I like those character crayons. You probably did, knowing you. Well, I want to thank you for watching. As always, thumb up so I know you like my content. Subscribe to the channel. We'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.